Check, check.
Hey.
Hi.
Where did you go?
Hello.
Hey. Okay. Can you hear me?
Hey. I can hear you. Oh, I love your Zoom background. It looks so real.
Oh, haha. That's funny. I'm on my parents' porch. It feels nice out because the fan's on, but it's pretty hot. How's the DMV?
No. I got my license.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yes.
This is a whole freaking story, Robin. Oh my goodness. Last time I had my license was in 2018 when it expired. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to prove to the world that you don't need a license to start a business and to be successful and to get around. Now that I've done that for 3 years, it's like, okay, it's time to have my license. And the next part is getting your car. Yeah. So I haven't had a car since 2015. That's about 7 years. Whew. So I've proven that you can get by without needing a car for 7 years and a license with that for 3. So cannot make any excuses as to why you don't have a business. So humbug, you can get around. And there are benefits to having cars. So now it's time.
Yes. Making it happen.
Mm-hmm. So I'm in a good place. Oh, and I also created a client.
Yes.
Another one. That's not Stacy, that I didn't tell you about.
Cool. Like,
so I was curious. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask about it. So yeah. Who? All the things. Who's his client?
Her name is Mariah. And she's excited to work with us.
Hey. That's awesome.
The year. And cool. As additional compensation, there will be a monetary transaction, as well as a trade where she wants to run the marketing.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
And make, I don't know, this might lead into a documentary. So essentially, I'm giving her $15,600 worth of project value. So let's figure out what that would be equivalent to in that project time. And she's like, oh, that could be several projects. We could already start off with getting a testimonials. It's like, I have a ton, but I love that that's what you want to do.
Yes. Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Keep dropping my license. I should probably put this away. So that's happening. So I'm curious, where are you at right now with how much we've created for you financially for technically the payouts that you've been receiving since this month, past May 15th, are for June. So I'm curious where you're currently at.
I'll look.
So that was paid out through PayPal and Venmo.
Trying to filter it just by you. Let me find it there. No, that's not it.
Filter it just by me.
Wait, so you said since, oh, okay, cool. Okay, PayPal.
Is that noise the fan?
Somebody's doing yard work. They just
Oh,
started.
it's okay. It'll go away eventually.
Yeah. Um, 27, 30. Okay, now I'm calculating. Okay, it's $97.
That's including Venmo?
Yes. Since
Okay.
May 15th, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I will send you another 150 and you're good for June.
Cool.
I will do that right now. And then I can start paying back the other stuff.
Sweet.
So is that a good verbal agreement? Send you 150 and that will cover for June. So no payments coming in from June, but now I can begin to pay off the, what was it, April
Mm-hmm.
and May's payout. So it's April and May. Is that right? Or is it just May?
Oh, what was the last one? Mayor was done at the end of April. Whatever the last one that Mayor needed was the last one I needed, and I haven't had anything since until you're not including the 97.
So whatever that was.
It's 500. Whatever.
Oh.
I know that you had owed her
Oh.
500, then me 500.
I could do half of that after June 1st. Oh my God, we're getting back on track. We're getting back on track. See what happens when you are inspired.
Yeah.
So that's good. As I told you, I need to make sure that I was good so I could be that person to help other people be good. And I'm getting you good. Let me go ahead and get you good right now. Hold on. You want to get good? Let me get you good.
Thanks. It's pretty helpful.
Now, how you spend this is up to you.
Oh yeah, I mean, it will probably go towards a desk and a dresser.
Tell me more about this desk. What is a desk?
Something cheap, but also good, not just a small table. But I mean, I'm replacing one that I had since middle school, so I keep these a while. And the dresser I've had since I was born. Well, I wasn't using it when I was born, but it was in the family since before I was born. I was using it since elementary school at some point. And I donated it to a place where basically Goodwill for queer people in Orlando. I already told you that. I'm remembering now. But yeah.
Yeah. Let me know when you get it.
Got it. Thank you. Woo.
Okay. Revel in it. Feel it. What are you gonna do with it? Talk to me.
Oh yeah, the dresser and the desk.
Dresser and the desk. What's the dresser and the desk gonna do for you?
They're going to give me, well, the desk is going to be a space for me to work. It's not like among everybody else, especially when I'm doing a Teach for America job. I need to have my own space for like, and all that. Because this is good, except not always, because it's outside. Also a place for me to create to write, not just in my bed. The dresser to keep my clothes in, because I don't have enough hanging space. And certain things I'm not gonna hang. I'm not gonna hang my underwear. uh, but I mean, these don't need to be like luxurious at all. Like I can try. I'm gonna try and keep them within the 150. Um, and because I won't be paying rent, then I can do that. And like if I were gonna be buying a desk and a dresser every month, then that would be, or the equivalent of such money wise, that wouldn't be helping towards my goal. Saving money and paying back debt. um, yeah.
All right. So let's imagine the scenario where you put this money towards a dresser and a desk. Is that what you said? What are you going to create? What are you going to fill this dresser with?
Oh, yeah. Well, boring answer is all the clothes that were in my last dresser.
Excuse me, stop. You're going to lead with boring? That's not going to work.
Like my shorts and some. I might not need to put the bedding in it. I have space for that.
Let me take this to another degree. It like, what would excite you about what you could fill your dresser with, whether or not you own it now?
Oh. Well, this wouldn't go in the dresser because I would hang them up, but essentially, like more clothes that fit me better since I've lost weight over time, and
Yeah, girl. When I say girl, it's not.
that's fine. I mean, buttons does all the time after we had a discussion about how it doesn't bother me anymore, coming from
Okay, cool.
the gay
Yeah.
perspective.
that's so natural for me. Like so many times, they're like, "Yeah, bro." I'm like, "No, that doesn't work. I want to call you girl," but like it comes from a different place. So as long as we've had that conversation, then it's good. Yay! I can say it.
Yeah.
Thank you for granting permission.
Yes, no problem. And thanks for.
Can I add some things to what I feel like you could have?
Yes.
Bruh. You could totally like revamp your whole drawer, like have it maybe as part of your goal of you want to look good, you want to feel good, then wear things that you love every single day. And if you have stuff that's filling up your dresser that doesn't feel that way, get rid of it. It's okay if you're wearing only one piece of clothing a day. If you're happy about it and it drives you and it makes you happy, who cares? I got rid of so many clothes following that rule. Like, yeah. I love this shirt. Why? It has so much meaning. This comes from a Christian artist named Danny Gilkey, which I know you know. And I saw him live, and the song meant so much. And it actually is a musical anchor. We made this to be a musical anchor for so many people at some of the events. So this means something. So it's like, what else could you bring more meaning into that seemed mundane or boring? You are one of the most creative geniuses that I know, and yet you've let the dull moments take over. And it's like, hello, if I'm gonna wake up from my slumber of boredom, you're going with me, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Like rainbow underwear, or tie-dye your underwear, or put the different days of the week. Be like, today is Monday.
I did just get penguin underwear.
There you
It
go.
was on sale at Target, and I was like, "This is so cute," but I have. And then Amanda stopped me. She's like, "You're buying it. It's $3." I am, and I love them. I wore them down here. Anyway, yeah, I that when you were saying that, that reminded me one thing that I need to do, and this is like to be able to wear more of the things I really love to wear, is finally take things to the dry cleaners that I've been just like my button downs that I when they have gotten dirty, button downs, short sleeve, long sleeve, whatever. I just piled them up, which I would normally take to the dry cleaners because I'm not about the ironing life. And since I don't wear them as often as I used to, teaching it doesn't matter. But I didn't get to the dry cleaners because that would mean 2 trips to a dry cleaners when I didn't have a car. But now that I can take one, I can actually do it.
Excuse me, what did you say? Are you saying that because you moved there, you have access to a car?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't want to go back.
When do you leave?
I was so excited, I just left. I guess I don't need what's in there. Let me call them.
No.
I left my W-2 form and my phone bill, which both of them are outdated anyway. I don't need, and I have my old license in here, which is probably the most important thing sentimentally.
Oh, that's true.
Should I just say fuck it?
Yeah. I mean, the anything they see that's like sensitive information, they thought it's a worth calling, they might, just because your name's on it. But otherwise, they'll just shred it.
This is my ADD that came in. It's like, hello, you're so excited. Let's just drop everything.
Yep. I feel you.
Like all the things that are responsible. You got your license. So I was like, yay, I got my license. But everything else is out the window. Like, that's fine. That is totally fine.
Need either of those again.
No, I don't. Plus, I have a copy of my W-2 that I gave, which is actually from 2017. This is how ridiculous this is. I put in my head that I won't have to go to I can't go to DMV until I'm ready for the test. I might have to take the driver's test. So the knowledge test and the driver's test. And that I don't have the proper documents because none of them are new. All of that was disproven when I went because they said, because of COVID, we'll accept an expired driver's license.
Nice.
1. 2, clearly it was fine to have given them a phone bill from last year and my W-2 from 3 years ago.
Wow.
And now I have a license that comes. Oops! I just totally kicked my phone.
The way that it went, then it looked like you did a cartwheel and dropped it.
It's called a transition.
That's funny.
So, enough about me and your drawers. How can I support you?
Ow, shit. I think like because like I had ideas before I even drove down here, and now it doesn't. I don't mean it doesn't feel relevant, but just like I'm not in the fields. I already went through the goodbye to my town play thing. I essentially meditated the whole drive down as far or up as far as like listening to music and gaining from it. But um mm, like I know there are things I don't know what to focus on. Um it's like I journaled in the
Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Let's do some meditation, and then maybe it'll come up.
yeah.
Get inside. Get yourself all settled. Find some music you want to play, and in 2 minutes we'll get into it.
Oh, I lost my AirPods.
So, uh, why don't you lead with some breath work, like just breathing, and I'll mute myself. And in a few minutes, I'll come right back.
Okay.
And as you clear your mind, if you are near your journal or would like to read about what you're processing, you can do that as well. are you feeling?
Like uh, confident and anxious because I'm here now. I have, because I think the direction I'm feeling most is like, well, not what do I do now, but how do what does this even look like with social justice, which I have answers to and also don't. Because I've got my Teach for America job up through not July, 2 weeks into July. It's longer than I thought, which is good. But and then Holly's and the Supernovas, they do want me to come on, not just Holly separately. And I know it's like the both are playgrounds for playground isn't necessarily the right word, like fields for sprouting the blossoms or whatever of what I want to do. And I have contacts to contact. Like I know certain logistic things, but it's the vagueness still is daunting. That's what mainly.
You know, it's interesting when you speak. I feel your energy.
Mm-hmm.
I like turning off Wi-Fi. Let's tap into your Reiki energy. So as you lead with the deep breaths, as you were, and you close your eyes, imagine yourself connecting to the roots of the earth from the bottom of your spine. And as you breathe, and every breath, you notice these roots that go deep change to the form that you feel is meant for you. Describe in your head what that form looks like. How does it move? How quickly does it move? What's the texture? What's the color? How vibrant is it? And as it digs deeper into the earth, what does it latch onto? How does it latch onto it? How do you know that it latched on? Does it have some kind of form that it takes? Is it more fluid? And as this becomes stronger in its connection, whether it's sturdy or flexible, you work your way back up to your body and find that your crown opens. As in every breath, It opens wider and wider, and you see how you connect to the universe, to God, to your higher self. How does it connect? Is it through light, energy, aura? Is it more substantial? Is it something you can feel or touch or hear? How does it reach to the heavens? What does this represent to you? And now, as you're connected from the heavens and the earth, we come back down into your body, where the energy is cycled through you from your crown into your chest and through your arms into your hands. You can feel your veins so vascular inside, filling with all of this energy that you've chosen to be through you, as that you are a vessel. And you know that you are held in safety because of how you've grounded yourself into the earth. When you look into your hands in the most inside your mind's eye, what happens to the energy that comes through those hands? What color? What element? Are there multiple elements? How does it move? Is it viscous? Is it light? Is it airy? Is it fluid? Is it solid? This energy that you see in the form that it takes is your Reiki energy. What does it do? What principles does it have? Is it predominantly healing? Does it have other properties? Or is it still a mystery? And in the next few breaths, step into the reality of you are today. Feel your fingers and your toes and work your way up and through your body to feel the physical sensations of the things around you. Listen to the things around you. Become aware of your room that you're in. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
That was kick-ass. Ooh, wow. Doing a really quick drawing.
As you're drawing, do you mind sharing with me what you've experienced?
Mm-hmm. So when talking about the roots, and I can see how it connects to the topic too in a second. The roots are when you directed to allow them not to be directed, but to go how they want to go, then it's like immediately whoosh, just straight, straight down. And I've never really thought about that before, and that really helped with grounding. Like I don't get lost in where the track's leading. I was able to focus on my feet and then feel the weight of energy going down. And then what it connected to it was as if like the world, the earth was like one half was one dimension or like reality, and the other is the other reality. It's all in this reality, but meaning like me connecting to me on the other side. On the other side, where the energy is also going straight down, so they end up going across like the whole thing was like, well, dig to China. Well, there was a me on the other side, where the energy went through, and I mean that reminded me of like integration in general. Whereas like the energy coming from above was like from everywhere, like, and it's light, it's yellow, and sometimes like on the golder side, not so much like the sun, um, like a drawn sun. The real sun is more orange, and that was like when I'm trying to ground in all different, when I'm seeing the direction of where my roots go or my energy goes or whatever, like when I'm defining who I am and what my purpose is by the places that my energy goes or the initiatives or whatever, then I'm scattered. But that consistent, like, I can get all kinds of things that define who I am from like my guides, from myself, from my friends, from family, all that, like ancestors. And I'm doing this because it like felt like the energy was all from the universe coming down kind of thing and around. That can all make up me, but who I am is consistent in like
You just
that.
stomped your foot, didn't you?
No, but I envisioned it was so weird. I envisioned stomping my foot when I accidentally hit my finger on the table, but I envisioned as if I had stomped my foot.
Right. That's your body saying be grounded. And when you are grounded, everything makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So even in the practice of this grounding exercise, and this shows up in so many ways. This isn't even, you can consider this meditation, but this is like the step before meditation. This is the step that you can take before you do anything. Ground yourself. And the visual aspect, it was what I'm hearing, has helped you feel that grounding in a way that you've never felt before. So because we grounded you, when we went back up into the crown of what is possible, what the universe wants to channel through to you, you still felt like you had a sense of identity of who you are in this whole process.
Mm-hmm. Makes so much sense.
Even your energy right now is different because before you're like, you weren't sure, but there is a certainty that you're carrying right now, regardless of what you know in your head is to be true.
Mm-hmm.
There's certainty in who you are, in your groundedness of who you are.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters, because everything else will fall into place as long as you feel grounded in you, which also ties into your connection to identity.
Mm-hmm.
The more that you feel like you are in your identity that you've chosen, the more grounded you actually are, and the easier it is to make decisions. The reason why I did this exercise was also I wanted to step into manifestation and use this awesome rock that I got.
Ooh.
It's an Amazonite. My friend Thomas bought it for me, and it helps with manifestation. The next step that I wanted to do was have you tap into the Reiki that you have now tapped into now, which they are on, and use it to write out our name, Ravindee, with your hand to connect us now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a symbol that I created for myself, and you have one too.
Mm-hmm.
This is yours. Is it backwards?
It's forward.
It's forward. It's the black.
Mm-hmm.
So in your mind's eye, do this symbol to unlock yourself, and then do my symbol. So let me find mine. And with the intention of connecting with one another to best support each other. Right now, it's not about how you create the symbol, but you see how the purple and pink is me. That's Andy. That's my symbol. It's not Andrew. It's Andy. So you do your symbol. I'll leave this up, and then do mine, and I will also do the same. And if it's not exactly correct in how you wave your hands, that's also okay, because your intention is to connect both symbols together right now. Okay. I really like your symbol. It's so simple. What are you feeling?
Oh, like focused power, and was made aware of how these aren't two-dimensional. They can go like my hand was guided to move forward to and back, not just up and down and around.
That's incredible. That shows the gift that you have of transversing time. Because even if it shows up to, Lola knows what's happening right now. She wants to be in it. Nice haircut, Lola. So when I write out symbols, there's a piece of me. I've seen people write symbols, and some people are very structured in how they write symbols. It seems like they're writing it on paper, right? It's very linear. But when I write symbols, it's a dance. So this is Robin, and then so that's Robin through my interpretation of you. And I think that's really important to just note. Everyone has their own perception, and I get to share your name with me using my perception. And you can either receive it or reject it. And in the space of receiving, you're also honoring the creativity that you see in yourself, the dancer that you see in yourself, if you allow me to be that with you. So the fact that you're talking to me about time and how it traverses time, and that it's not just on paper, but back and forth, you're showing us how we are limitless in our potential, regardless of our timeline. And so this goes beyond the present day, and also acknowledges that all of us at any time, past, present, or future, is the same person. That's what I'm taking away from what you're saying and my perception of what you're presenting. How do you feel about those different elements being put together in this moment?
Oh, well, I was made a. I'll get to the feeling after I say this. I can tell, like, it makes my worries about the immediate future not so important. I mean, they're important, but it's not worries anymore. Like,
Right.
so I guess
I feel like
I feel present in a very holistic, all the presence way.
we just discovered a way to bond without even realizing that we're bonding. And I don't know anyone that does it like this. And I would say this is giving permission to do this way, because there's so many ways to properly do things. And then I thought to myself, what if we did it this way? And who cares if it's a hoax? But in reality, the idea of a hoax is that people don't believe in it. And so it doesn't exist. But when one person believes in it or wants to try to believe in it, it's real.
I agree.
And so if you believe in this just as much as I believe in this, then we have a deeper connection right now. And manifestation is more real than possible, more possible.
Oh, more real than possible sounds like a cool thing to think about too. I know you didn't mean to say that.
I know, but it actually kind of sounds cool. Like that,
yeah, absolutely. And we both know how valuable TikTok is, so I don't need to say, even though it was a TikTok, like, it's important. Like, there are important things that people say on it, not just fun things. Just yesterday, I was looking at, or I guess 2 nights ago, I was looking at this one person was talking about, like, you could get a blunt, you're halfway done smoking, and use it to cleanse your house. And if you are putting all your, like, protection energy into it and trust and whatever, then it's going to be just as effective, if not more, than if you were just sort of like, well, way more effective than if you just got like any other kind of smudging tools without any, not really thinking about it. Like,
right. That is so true.
Mhm.
That is so true. There are
And
ways that I cleanse that are not typical, but they are working because I believe in it. And then on the other side, people who believe they can't cleanse because they don't have access to the things that they feel like will help, that's a whole nother thing. And you're messing mentally to believe that nothing is possible without having materialistic things, which goes into the do have be versus the be have do.
yeah, which, like, totally, I mentioned before, I won't give much background because it's not important. I mentioned before this one guy on TikTok I follow who had a near death experience and definitely, like, his soul was out of his body for quite a bit of time and came back. I'm forgetting the instance why, but I think it was an overdose or something, um, from what I recall. Anyway, but he was mentioning, like, how from what he gathered, like, in just the spiritual realm and wherever, then it was very much like we create a reality is way more literal than we realize. Like, everything around us is what our souls wanted on this earth somehow, or manifested. Whether, okay, so manifested and wanted aren't necessarily always the same thing. So, like, I mean, that does it, like, almost like a majority minority thing too. Like, if there could be things on this earth that some of us really don't want, but because so many people did manifest it, then it's there. Or, like, even just the way we see things, or like the literal things and the mental things and the all the things, and how um oh, but I think this is also relevant. Like, he talked about this experience he had. Like he was 12 years old, angsting over something, panicking, sobbing in his bathroom, feeling like it was the end of the world. I don't know. He doesn't remember what happened. It was like a preteen teen thing. Um, when he was doing a meditation of sorts, then he was immediately like snapped back to that moment and was like looking in on the moment. And what he gathered from that, I mean, I guess it's like a lot of timeline therapy, but what this is what like struck me. I had to watch it like 3 times. He said like it makes me think how we are the ones who answer our prayers. It's like he went back and like was listening to himself pleading for help when he was 12 and everything, and giving that help in retrospect. And how that's related, I guess it's like because we are all versions of ourself and the same being. I
Let
mean,
me share something I saw on TikTok, which might be the same thing that you saw, because I was like, why is this 3 minutes? It felt forever, and it actually was 3 minutes on
Mhm.
TikTok. I was
Yeah.
like, we can do that now. I
They only
guess certain.
people.
Yeah, I was like, fine, I'll get to 10,000 so I can fucking do this. Anyway, I don't know, maybe that's the case. And anyway, he was talking about what you're saying. There's the past version of you, the present version, and your future self. In other words, your inner child, present self, and your higher self. Now, I mean, you probably sent me a video about this just in a different way,
Mhm.
how it loops. So
Oh, yeah.
when we are in our present self and we have an opportunity to talk to our inner child and say, everything's going to be okay because look at where I'm at. Right? Does that make sense? It's like if we had an opportunity to talk to our inner child, we would say things to ensure, hey, you're on the right path. Like, don't worry, just don't eat that ice cream or or whatever. And your higher self is telling you it to your present self. When you seek out your higher self, you're on the right path.
Mhm.
So when you think about it, your higher self is in the present moment talking to you now
Mhm.
about what's to come. Your inner child is someone that has not maybe not experienced it yet, but your present self might be blocked to realize that the present self is the higher self.
Mhm.
The higher self is the present self without blocks, with the knowing of where you're going to go.
Mhm.
So when you allow your higher self to speak and you fully receive it, then you align with your higher self and you become that higher self. So your higher self is you,
Mhm.
telling you how you would tell your inner child everything's going to be okay.
Ooh, so real. I was just telling Ollie in Messenger, doesn't matter when because it's all present, sometime in the last 24 hours, and how, because they asked, I've been seeing on your social media and such, I realize, oh, it says Rob now and not Robin. Do you want me to call you Rob instead? And blah, blah, blah. It's like, you you can call me Rob or Robin. I'm equally, like, I'm happy about both of them, though you can call me Rob. Like, it's like they had me thinking about, well, why did I really, like, why now am I going back to introducing myself to people? Like, new people will know me as Rob, just like you met me as Robin because I was introducing myself as Robin. But people before you and that Gist challenge knew me as Rob. Before them, they knew me as Robin. Before that, it was like my dead name. But anyway, like, point is, got me thinking about how, like, I can be Rob now and not feel immature. because Little Rob is validated, and and
What's your
it's
name?
Rob. It's funny.
That was easy.
And Robin. But I mean, it's like, what am I leading? What is my name now? And I will not. I guess what I was trying to tell him was, I'm. There will be no negative energy that I feel if I'm called Robin, basically. Um, so I might go keep interchanging them throughout my life. I don't know. But as far as like, I mean, there's King Robin, because I value like true, like when I am separating higher self from like present, and even though the higher self is the present self with the blocks, as you said, which is amazing. I wrote that down. Like, then I really like having it be Robin. Like it's King Robin Patrick Strain. Like it's the full. Well, no, it's just King Robin. Patrick Strain is this life. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. I have a whole rabbit hole to go down with that one.
They call you Rabbit.
I would think it was funny. uh, whoa. Because
Hmm.
I've found so much meaning in the name Robin. And this is not talking about the Rob and Robin thing. It's just Robin itself. Even though when I picked it, it was just intuition from looking at a list of gender neutral
So
names.
right, so it served its purpose then, but I'm also hearing you're in a different place
Mm-hmm.
now, and all of these names can fit. You can keep the names, but I think there's something else underneath it all that's kind of like screaming to say, no, my name is this. But that's just me. Like maybe one day you're gonna fully fit it, and it's just like I am this, and like, okay, I believe you because of how you said it. The first, have you seen Alice in Wonderland?
Mm-hmm. I have Welcome to Wonderland in my head, by the way. So
Is it? They have two. Did you see The Looking Glass?
mm-hmm.
Is that the?
That
Is
was a
that a
newer
sequel?
one. It
No, that's with Johnny Depp.
yeah, it was book wise. Then it was a separate, like it was in the same universe, but it was like Alice Through the Looking Glass. So it's technically a sequel.
Right. I
Movie.
did research on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with Alice in Alice the Looking Glass, the movie by Tim Burton, when I think of you as Alice in many ways, because people were trying to make her be something she's not. She rebelled against it. And even when she was in this world of fantastic creatures, you're like, you're not Alice. But what did the hookah boy say? The caterpillar? He was like, you're nearly an Alice. So she was getting to the point of being the true Alice. Even if it was destined, she wasn't Alice yet. She was the Alice they were looking for when she claimed that sword and killed the beast. That was Alice. So all of it was Alice, but she didn't claim the name Alice. She claimed it to be her name, her birth name, but the Alice they were looking for wasn't that. The Alice they were looking for was the hero. The Alice they were looking for was the one that was going to slay that dragon creature. So I feel like this resonates. This is what your story is, where you know that your name is Robin, is Rob. You've chosen that name. You defend that name, but there are also other people, whether they're your guides, your critics, or whatever, to challenge you in if that name is really yours and knowing your potential of who you are, you're not nearly Robin yet.
Mm.
So who is that Robin?
Huh.
And is his name Robin?
Mm.
It could still be Robin, but the Robin that, like, if I were to be that caterpillar, to say, you're not Alice, you're not Robin, but then you come back after all of these adventures to say, you're nearly Robin, you're nearly Alice, you're almost there. But I might not give you the answer you're looking for because I'm going to also change and transform, because the last time you saw me when we had that conversation, I was in metamorphosis. So you won't see me as the caterpillar.
Mm.
So the next time we have this conversation, I will probably be the butterfly. And the conversation will be different. But you'll also have evolved to be something that's more than just a name.
Mm.
So what is that for you? Is it Robin?
Mm.
Every time you create an alter ego, it's almost as if you're looking for that piece of you to justify that you are Robin.
Huh.
And again, this is my perception. This is what I'm getting intuitively, and you could take it as you'd like to take it. But knowing you, I know there's more than just the name.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like you've claimed it yet.
Mm.
And you can disprove me, just like Alice disproved everybody in the movie.
Mm.
But I have yet to see you, like you just discovered this world. You've just discovered that there are people after you. You've just discovered that there's things to fight for. You discovered that there are ways to manipulate yourself, whether small or big. You've discovered that there are enemies and that there are allies. You've discovered all of these things. But to what end? And what does this dragon represent?
Mm.
Who is the person in the shining armor at facing this dragon, willing to question everything, to think of 7 different things that are insane before breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
How am I remembering all of this?
Oh, I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Every time you said it, I get it. I remember now. But I didn't remember. Yeah, that visual though. Like I imagined a portrait of like a knight in shining armor, like before a dragon, but you don't see the front of them, and it's like in an art gallery, and everyone's questioning like, who is it? Like, and the artist is like, well, it's different for everyone. Um,
Holy shit. This conversation is a direct mirror. I think I'm going to go by Jax.
Cool. I don't know. That sounds cool. Jax, like GAX or JAX or J.
I know it. I actually know a JAX, and they're pretty cool. They. But Jax with a CKS feels really right.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Jaxis or Jax?
Jax.
Okay, I thought so. I heard an I, but you didn't say an I. I think it was the K to the S. Huh. Huh.
That's scary as shit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Hey, my name's Andy, but you can call me Jax because my name is fucking Jax. I am my higher self because I. Ah, ah, ah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
My name is Jax.
How does it feel?
Fucking fantastic. Who are you? Who's Jax hanging out with?
do you want?
No pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have my answer yet. I mean, I think it's who I am, like my name. It might be an Alice situation, it might not be. We'll see.
Right. When I was telling you the story of Alice, it was an infuse. See, we did the Reiki symbols to connect. And so this is an aligned vision for both of us in what I speak on. So it makes sense that Jax comes up because me, you, and Jax, like Jax is here. Jax is here and being like, yep, you got it. Yep. And the thing about Jax can evolve like Jack Rabbit. I am that rabbit. Pulling you along, Mr. Alice. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm putting Lola out really quick. It's right here. I'm just taking you to the porch so I can watch her. The outside porch. Wow. What was it called? There was done a reading. Yeah, the night before I left. So not last night, but the night before. I did it on my couch because my bed was already gone. It ended up being 8 cards. They all flew at the same time, and it's like there's a block out of the way. Doesn't mean it'll always be out of the way, but I didn't even look at the descriptions. I did write down each little description on each card because that's what my decks have, and like the Oracle deck. But as I was doing it, it's like, oh, these each represent 8 of my guides, and it's along the journey tomorrow. And the first 3 were like certain things to shed off, like these are the things you're saying goodbye to in the Orlando of this time. Doesn't mean that Orlando down the road will have these things that you have to carry as a burden anymore. They're gone. And like certain things like codependency, not having good boundaries, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying they aren't important, but it was just like one of the cards was saying, it was like, no, it wasn't that. It was a TikTok reading that like spoke, like I felt the energy everywhere. Like, okay, this is it. But she used the words spontaneous awakening. Like it'll just happen. No. I wrote that down. It wasn't from that. It was from me or higher self, guides, whatever. But like spontaneous awakening, like maybe that's part of that now. Huh. Mirrors have been a big theme lately. Or like symmetry, whatever. I'm thinking like a lot about is that SunTube? Is that SunTube right? You want me to turn the sun down?
The sun is perfect as it is.
Okay. I just realized like that might be blinding. I just can't tell from my little picture. What was it? Oh, just the whole thing, like the wisdom of the inner child. Like I was listening to Rewrite the Stars from The Greatest Showman in the car, or whatever I was driving the truck, and imagining that it was like my characters in the book, or like me, or like any of us, really. Like the older self is saying like, you know, I want I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. I can't have you. We're bound to break and our hands are tied. Like, I don't know how I can get my youthfulness back. I don't know how I can get my dreams back. I don't know that kind of thing. And then the youth is like, I don't know how I can become you. So just that whole thing of like, well, meeting in the middle, realizing you're the same person and you can choose to take on everything of each other. In other words, integration. Thinking about that a lot lately. Right here. Mm. And how, like, what was, I forgot the song. I'll I'll remember it at some point. Yeah. Well, come on, let's go on. Come on. I need to sit down again. It's too hot out. It's not too hot out. It's just right hot. I just don't want hot. Okay.
So, in that processing that you just went through, what do you feel like is the direction you want to go with your name?
It's Robin. I'm connecting something I'm realizing yesterday that I realized in the van. Like, I don't mean that I don't want to be called Rob or Robbie or whatever. That's fine. But I mean, claiming it fully. I'm not just somebody who shares a name with Robin Williams or Robin just spelled differently, like the singer. Like, I could, that is, I had a thought. I was listening to Not Dancing on My Own, one of their other songs. Like, oh, if I was a music artist or whatever, it'd just be Robin too, with an I. And how ooh. Whoa. What if it's like like our original incarnation as humans or beings that aren't just soul? What if even their names, or at least the energy from our names, whether they're the same or not over time, what if our names even are like things we're coming back to when we claim them, when we claim every part of who we are in our soul, then that's when we also choose to go back to the ether or to whatever is next, to the next plane of existence. The whole remember who you are. That's like my phrase with Cade from Lion King. Huh. So what I took from all that, Rob, yeah, I already answered the question. I forgot. I already answered it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still going through the process of letting it settle, and
Mhm,
that's your process, which you deserve to honor. My
mhm,
silence does not mean I need an answer. My silence means, yeah, keep
mhm,
going.
mhm, mhm,
It's when you externally process and go into this mode that I'm like, I'm quiet because you're realizing you needed the space.
mhm, mhm,
It's not that I'm judging you or thinking of the next thing to say. It's he's figuring it out.
mhm. Yeah.
Does the space need to be filled in? No. You're filling it with what you need to fill it with. And if you had a question, you would say something.
Mhm.
But it sounds like you're more calm and collected and grounded in the decision to be who?
Oh, Robin.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the process, it's beautiful because I realized Jax is good. I'll probably transition from Andy and Jax and like see how I feel about it. I might start introducing myself as Jax and see how that feels. But Jax, one of my good friends who you may know because I knew him when I was in Vegas as a promoter. We went our separate journeys. He became a healer. I became a coach. We reconnected. He met Carson, and then again we separated. Then I was like, "You're freaking amazing, Eric. I want you to meet the volcanoes."
Mhm.
Have met him the volcanoes. Now he's in the volcanoes, but he's still doing his own thing. Now he's the reason he we went on a shroom trip and he gave me Reiki, gave me shrooms and also weed and Amazon like trail tears, which you can start seeing things and stuff. The whole shebang. I met Jack and he's like, Jack is you. And I was like, but does Jack have to be me? He's like, Jack is you. I was like, Jack is me. Not until this very moment did it finally click.
Oh, that's so cool.
That was years ago. That was like 2016.
Mhm. It's amazing how when you claim like this is also the day you got your license again. And starting and it's also the day after the full moon. It was like a big deal full moon.
Oh
So
yeah. I was crying my eyes out yesterday, but I loved it.
yeah. Oh, that's so
You're so
weird.
weird.
It's like I'm seeing just how even today I realized like my my parents have a calendar. They get a different one every year, but this year they have a space themed one or stars. I'm not sure what all of them look like, but the one right now it's like a planet or or a comet or something. And I was like that the way that it looked like it was very like circular, whatever it was, almost like a black hole, I guess. And then I'm like, oh, that's like a mandala. Oh yeah, then the universe is like that to a degree. Like even the orbits around like the sun. I saw somebody like showing simulations of the paths that they take.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Crazy. And then I realized, oh yeah, this like she literally has a mandala. My mom like that's like a stained glass windowish thing that's hanging there underneath the little witch, the kitchen witch for good luck. It's been passed down through the family. Like my mom's side is so witchy, they don't even well my generation knows it, but ones before don't. Um what was I saying about that? A few days ago was the first time I looked at my eyes in the mirror and like actually looked at them from the angle where you see the outside, like the whole thing. I
Mhm.
would just sort of see the blue, like, oh yeah, I know there's like different shapes and there's sort of like design. And I was like, that is literally mandala too. It looks like an actual black hole. A black hole looks like an eye. Like every oh I know I'm gonna have foam. I look at my eyes the next time I take shrooms. I can just say that. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna go inside there. But dang.
How do you feel about this call?
It was all right. Just kidding. It was
Shut the hell up.
no, that was. I mean, it was transformational and way more. Like, I think I was going in a two-dimensional direction with like what will be the most productive and getting
Isn't
ground.
that interesting? In the moment, like that's full circle because you were saying you were going two dimensional, but then when I did the rut doing the symbols, it was like going forward and back. It was not two dimensional. It's like, well, clearly, because we're not going two dimensional. It's not allowing you to be two dimensional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So even with Robin, it gives me an opportunity to hold this and twist it and see what symbol would be made when it's 3D.
True. Huh.
I think there's ways to do it. I don't know how. I have to figure it out. There's always a way.
If there was like your hand and then spinning around it, then it could be more like that. I was trying to think of what it looked like in my head. That's not necessarily useful. I thought of it like a circus tent or something shape.
I got it. Hold on. And then I'll let you go because I realize I think I have things I have to do.
Yep.
Something important.
I hear you.
It'll come to me.
I gotta take the U-Haul back.
You gotta take the U-Haul back.
Yeah, call him a seam on a sim.
Where's my what? Where's my okay. Ready? Is it working?
Can't tell
No,
what it is.
it's not working. Let me. It has to be more even. Well, you got the idea.
Yeah, I understand. Thanks.
There must be a way. I'll have to find out. I'm really good at researching stuff like this, but it might take me time. Oh, Stacy wants to do Living in Fitness. Nah.
Oh, cool.
Hmm. With her in, we have 4 spots left.
4 spots. I know. Cool.
Hello? Yes. Okay. Okay. The universe said that all the things we want are happening, and Robin and Jax are going to, is it Jack or Jax? Jax. Hey, Jax. Hey, Jax. What's up, Jack? What's up, Jax? Jack. What's up, Jack? It's Jack.
But I keep thinking of Jack Sparrow. And how, like, when you said that, then I was thinking, well, Jacks are multiple Jacks, and that is a name of one of the soundtrack background music songs. The multiple Jacks, because there were in the show. Anyway, um, Coolio.
Jax. Jack. Is it Jack? Hey, Jax. Hey, Jack. Jack. It's Jack. I already changed my stuff.
Nice. Maybe I changed my stuff to just Robin and not have a last name. I mean, I have a last name, but I mean, like, on social media.
Check my thing. Check your text.
Hey,
Hey,
it worked. It worked.
it. I'm not making fun of you. I love when that happens to you.
But
Because when you're excited, just let your voice speak. There's someone there. Someone is in there and being like, hey, and you're like, calm down. It worked. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it. I want to be high.
that is funny. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. I know this was great for both of us too.
Yeah, but this is the two-way street of a coaching relationship.
Mm.
It's like we're walking down the street and you go one way and I go the other way. It's not a one-way street.
I know, Layla, it's time to go outside. Well, you're
So while we're driving, we give a high five.
I like that. Not like bumper cars. That'd be different.
Nope. Okay, I know I had to do something. I just don't know what it is.
You had to call someone named Nassim, or it said on your.
I will do that tomorrow morning because I missed the window.
Yeah.
And last time it was so busy on the phone. National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Oh, cool.
So I can get that ball rolling. It's I'm committed to finishing in 6 weeks. And I know I can do it. So plus I got my license, which was the first step of the day.
Yes.
Now I can work on the next thing. God damn it. What was the thing I was supposed to do, Robin?
I don't think you said what it would have been.
Oh. Sorry. Okay.
Laundry. that should be my answer every time you ask.
It's not laundry.
Okay.
That'll come to me.
I know Lola will go. She's getting impatient.
All right. Lots of love. I'll talk to you soon.